Hey everybody, welcome aboard. It is Shane and I am really excited to bring this to you tonight. We've been waiting for this for over a year. This is the Rotate MD-11 and both the freighter and a passenger version have been updated to version 1.2 and there are some huge changes that have come with this aircraft. First of all, we have SimBrief integration with the FMC now, which we did never have before, and I'm going to show you how to use it tonight. It is great. Secondly, the handling of this aircraft has completely changed. It is so much better than it was before. For any of you guys that have been following me in my channel and you know that I had some modified flight model files, you can toss those out the window. You don't need them anymore because they have fixed it. I think they took some of the stuff that I had done and I gave it to them. They may have incorporated some, but they also fixed a lot of stuff on their end without me. So this thing flies so good. I'm going to show you guys the roll control wheel steering, the LSAS, and how it holds your pitch attitude tonight. We're going to go over all that as we fly. I wanted to fly on the West Coast out of Ontario, but there was no MD-11s over there for UPS. So we're just going to fly this one out of Louisville. We're going to take it up to Chicago O'Hare and back. Just some short flights so I can demonstrate the aircraft, you know, quick turning it, getting it in the air, getting it back down. That's what we're going to do tonight. Okay. So I've updated my checklist, guys. I'll post these on my Discord server later, but I've had to add a bunch of additional items here to account for the new SimBrief integration to make sure I do it right. So we're going to run the whole checklist tonight just so you guys can see how it works, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we're going to make sure the wheel chocks are in. I'll turn this on. I'm going to go ahead and do parked with external power.
Autopilot.
All right, so we got wheel chocks and ground power unit. Now, you'll notice here the SimBrief pilot ID or username. Put that in once you get to fly this yourself, because this is how the FMC is going to link up with your SimBrief profile and the flight plan that you create on there. So I've already created the flight plan for this flight. This is not the flight number. This is my UPS or my SimBrief pilot ID. When I first got back into flying a couple years ago and I got SimBrief, this was my UPS call sign at the time before I got promoted to hub manager. So don't mind, this is not a call sign. This is your username for SimBrief. Okay? All right, external power is on. Parking brake. Released. Gear handle. Check down. APU. Fire test.
Engine 1, fire. Engine 2, fire. Engine 3, fire.
Okay, and that's Sailor lights. Test.
Overspeed. 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 Overspeed.
All right, IRSs. There's our cargo fire test. Okay. We got the hydraulic system test working. Emergency power is armed. Emergency light switch armed. Windshield defog on. Logo lights. All right, let me reconfigure my lights here. So I want nav on, beacon off, high intensity off. All right, cool. Okay, no smoking seatbelt signs. Turn on the flow lines here. Standby ADI. Pull to engage. Takeoff warning system. Engine 1.
Stabilizer. Full lap.
Hey, engines 2 and 3.
Stabilizer. Full lap.
Okay. Flight controls and hardware. This is something that I made sure that all of my stuff is working, right?
Spoilers deployed.
So making sure everything that I have connected to the aircraft is working. Okay, that works. Thrust reversers work. Perfect. All of my hardware is operating correctly. All right. Hey, what's up, Captain? How you doing, man? Welcome aboard, man. This is a really great day for me. Let me finish setting this thing up, and I'll give you guys some more background on what's changing on this aircraft. All right. EFIS panel is set up. So, actually, guys, I've actually had this aircraft for over a month. I'm very gracious, and I want to tell the Rotate guys, hey Chris, welcome. I want to tell these guys a big thank you for allowing me to be part of the beta team on this aircraft. I've been test flying this thing for weeks with them, and we've gone through several different versions of it, and it's incrementally getting better. They're fixing a bunch of stuff. And Rotate gave me permission to go ahead and stream this tonight and put out the video that I did showing you guys how to use the SimBrief stuff. The update is live. You're going to need to use the Skunk Crafts updater to get it, but it's taking a while to populate in different regions of the world. So if wherever you're at, you don't see it yet, be patient. It will be there. It just takes time for these files to get to all the get to all the places that it needs to get to get the update. And I don't know when it's going to get to the X-Plane store. Guys, just be patient. If you want it right now or sooner, use Skunkcraft. Real quick, before we press on any further, I want to go over the changelog with you guys. Or just quickly breeze over it, because there's a lot. Let's see here. Alright, so look at all the stuff that's been changed in version 1.2. So basically here is all the stuff that they've fixed. Now, let me see if I can make this bigger or something. I don't know. Oh, I can. Alright. So, a lot of nerdy stuff, guys. See? A lot of behind the, like, under the, you know, behind the scenes things that you probably didn't even know weren't working have been fixed. You guys can read this at your leisure, because there's too many things for me to go over. But I'll kind of talk you through some of the big ones that I can remember as I fly. So look at all this stuff. So many fixes. Optimize CPUs, fix the fuel burn. Guys, this thing was burning way too little fuel. It's burning more fuel now. All the SimBrief integration, the handling. Big changes to the handling of the aircraft. A lot of autopilot fixes, things. They've integrated the X-Plane 12 modern you know, the weather radar, all that stuff's been put in here. So yeah, a lot of stuff. I'll try to explain it as we go. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to do all the SimBrief integration things. Okay, so we're gonna go through how all that works. So basically, we're gonna start here. We're gonna go to FMC 1 or 2. I'm gonna go to flight plan init, and I'm gonna go ahead and initialize the IRS. Okay, so that's doing its thing. Now, here's where the fun stuff comes in. All right, we're gonna go over to ref AOC com, and now we're gonna type in our flight plan. Now, the proper format is your from and to airports ICAO code. So in our case, it's gonna be KSDF KORD. Put that there, and then we're gonna hit this button again. Now it's gonna say active flight plan uplink ready. Now you're going to click here where it says AOC route. Okay, now you're going to review your flight plan here, and this is the flight plan that you created in SimBrief. And how do you know it is? I'm going to show you right now, just to prove it. Here's my flight plan that I made. Here's the route. See it? Okay, you guys see this? There it is. Okay, now you can review this, and if it looks right to you, you're going to hit insert ACT. Nice. Okay. So, AOC route is done. Flight plan, validate and adjust. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to click flight plan, and I'm going to go through this thing in plan mode and make sure it looks right. Make sure there's no holes in it and there's no weird turns and that kind of thing. So we're going to review the flight plan right now. All right, that looks good. So what I'm going to do now is now what this won't do is it's not going to set your approach. It's going to get you to the last step in the arrival, because it's going to let you pick your own approach, because it doesn't really know what you want. You can either set the approach now or you can wait. I think what we're going to do here is we'll just go ahead and kind of put one in just so we have an idea what we can expect. Currently, VetSim is landing, or Real World ATIS is landing 9 center and the 10s. I'm sorry, 9 left and the 10s. So let's make sure that makes sense for us. Yeah, I don't want that. I want the 10s because 9 left is that's no good. We're parking down here, so we're gonna use 10. What was the options again? Ooh, 10 center. 10 center would be good. So I'm gonna change this to 10 center. And we'll just shoot the ILS into that. From final would be just fine. Okay. So we got that in there. And now I'll go over to this thing and I'll make this correction. Star. That's all correct. I'm going to switch over here and put in my approach now. Although you don't have to do this to take off. You can do this at the very end. I'm just going to do it now. One less thing to do when we get there, right? So I want ILS 10 center. No transition. Insert. Boom. There you go, guys. And we'll leave that flight plan discontinuity in there because we're going to get vectors at some point to come back around. So the flight plan looks good. We're going to press on now. Westy, I'm sorry I didn't get around to it, man. I was in such a rush to get home and preview this. Maybe I'll fly it tomorrow night, and I'd like you to hop on and make sure I do it right. But I really wanted to get this, I wanted to show this plane off right now. Anyway, let's press on. Okay, now we're going to go back to reference. I'm going to click AOC COM. Now I'm going to do wind requests. Check this thing out, guys. This thing will populate all the winds. So request send. I might fly later tonight as well, man. Maybe a bit later. But I want to get a couple flights of these in right now. So once you press that, you're going to click review wind data. Okay, now check this out, guys. It fills in the winds all the way at all the altitudes that you're going to be cruising at or potentially cruising at with the altitude, temperature, all that's in there, okay? Boom. Even the descent forecast, all that stuff. So now you're going to click insert ACT. Now your winds have been updated. Okay, next, we're going to do performance data. Check this out. Click this. Review performance data. Okay, this is going to fill out your cruise level, the temperature, winds aloft component, cost index, and your fuel, all that stuff. You're going to press insert. Okay, it'll say max landing weight. You can clear that. Now, at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to set the weight and balance, because all that does is put it in the FMC. It does not put it into the aircraft. So we got to go back over to here. I'm going to click weight and balance, and then I'm going to grab my... What's up, Jara? The Aussie? Welcome aboard, man. Or ma'am. I'm not sure your... I don't mean to assume your gender. So for this flight plan, we're going to have 42.7 on the fuel, 1,000 on the taxi, trip fuel 18.3, and the cargo weight's going to be 179.4. So I'm going to fill this out manually. 179,400. Block fuel 42,700. Taxi fuel 1,000. And the trip fuel is going to be 18.3. Okay, when that's done, you need to press this button first. You'll see the aircraft shift weight. And then the second one, apply weight and balance to FMS. Press this. Press it twice if you want to be extra careful, because you can't really tell that it takes it until you check. So this is good. Let's go back to the FMC, and how I check to make sure everything is good is I click on here and I make sure that the gross weight looks good, the CG matches, and the fuel matches, and all of this matches per the flight plan. Okay, now we're going to go over to takeoff request, and at this point right now, this is the last step. You're going to put in your takeoff runway. In our case, it's going to be 17 right. Is it? Yeah, 17 right. So let's fix this, because right now my Navigraph has me on 17 left, and I don't want that. I want 17 right. It's the longer one. Okay. So we may have to go in and adjust our flight plan, actually, because I think it set us up for 17 left. So that's my fault. I didn't catch that. But I'll fix it. Anyway, so let's go here. Type in 17 right. Press that here. Press it again. Take off data from 17 right. Okay, AOC runway not in flight plan. Got it. So we'll go ahead and fix that. It's just letting you know, hey, you're selecting a takeoff that your flight plan does not have in there. Okay. So it's going to give you your flex takeoff, your flap setting recommended, and your V speeds, and your outside air temperature is populated. The slope, everything is in there. So we'll go back one. Oh, okay. So what it's basically telling us is that you don't want to, it's not going to let you do this. So we need to go back to the flight plan and fix this. And this is my fault. SID 17 right, insert. And you'll notice now we swapped over. Check confirm V speeds, no problem. Let's go back over to reference. AOC COM, takeoff. Now we're going to put in 17 right again. Oh man, is this not gonna let us take this or what? Huh. I must have really messed up my flight plan then. Let me see what happens if I put reject. 17 right. Come on, baby, take it. Okay, well, I may have found a chick in the army here, guys. Normally, if this was working, you would have a button that says accept or reject, but because I planned the flight plan and sim brief for 17 left, it's not liking it. So I'll note that to the rotate, guys. It could be working as intended here. But we'll just do this manually. So what I'll do is I'll come over here to take off, and I'll fill it out based on the information on here. Now, let me move that flap handle. Okay, flaps 15. The slope is going to be... Hold on, guys. I see your chat. I'll get back with you guys in a minute. -2. -9. OAT 28. Alright, there we go. So that's all me. I should have planned my flight plan better, but at the same time I would think this thing should be able to keep up with whatever runway that I want to choose, but not a big deal. We'll press on, but that's basically how you do it. But I will say this right now, this thing is looking to match up with your sim brief when you file the plan. And I planned 17 left, which is not the particular runway that I really want to use, so it's not loving that, but it gave us data anyway. Okay, takeoff data is reviewed and inserted, and the last thing I'm going to do is one final FMC review. All right, thank you very much, Jarva. And Steven, you're going to want to check Skunkcraft Updater, but depending on what region of the world you're in, it may take a while to populate. Some people can really see it, some people cannot. Yeah, it depends regionally. I have it. Some people do, some people don't. So just be patient. It will go in Skunkcrafts very soon. All right. So let's go ahead and review FMC real quick. Alternate for this route is going to be Indianapolis. So KIND. Okay, this looks good. That all looks good. This looks good. That looks good. Flight plan. Looks good. All right, and then takeoff looks good. So flight FMC is reviewed. So I'll put flight plan here, takeoff on the right. Let's do the final cockpit preparation checklist. Fuel quantity check to confirm 42.7 is good. FMC is checked. Flap takeoff selector flaps 15. IFR clearance. So I need to get on. I need to hop on ACARS and on XPilot right now. UPS 2072 MD-11. You know what? I forgot to follow my flight plan. Let's fix that right now. See, that's why I have these on my checklist, guys, so I don't mess this up. So people say my checklists are too much, and they say, oh, I don't need a checklist. Well, I do, because I forget stuff. Alright. IFR clearance. Okay, no IFR clearance, but we do have a squawk code of 3707. 3707. Okay. Radios set for takeoff. We're going to put Unicom here. I'll put the CTAF for Louisville here. And I'll run guard on this. On VHF2. Okay. FCP airspeed set 250 or the clean maneuvering speed, so 250 is good. FCP heading will be 170. Okay, FCP altitude, I'll set it up to 330 for now. Then we'll review the departure here in a moment to make sure it's good. Altimeters, right, let's get the weather. Okay, current weather at Louisville, we have wind at 200 at 11. So about a slight quartering headwind to the right. Altimeter 3005. So let's do 3005 is set. Nope. And I'll get it on a standby too. Alright. Auto brakes. Take off. APU. Starting. Alright, departure brief. Did I miss anything in the chat? 130 days. Dang. That would take me for... That sounds very expensive to fly a DC-3 that far. Alright, let's press. Departure brief. Alright, crew. Look at that sim brief. We are on the ground here at Louisville. This is flight UPS 2072. We're going to taxi from ramp 11. Straight ahead. We're cleared. We moved all the stuff. We're going to taxi right down. Charlie. Cross 11 at Charlie. Left on Golf. Right on Bravo. Full length departure off of Bravo 8. Onto the Spiller 1 RNAV departure. Instructions for runway 17 right. Climb on heading 170 to intercept course 186 across wind in at or above 2500 and at or below 230 knots. Then on track 275 to cross Reese at or above 4000 on track 291 to Omni and 346 across Israel at or above 8000. So basically, we got to do all these, make this turn here, cross these things at or above 8,000, and then Spiller up here, and we're going to pick up the VEEC-5 arrival into Chicago O'Hare, landing to the east. So we're going to fly downwind of the runway, make a right turn, pick up the ILS 10 center at O'Hare, and I will brief that arrival when we get there. Alright guys, if you have any questions, let me know. Your mother owns a DC-3? Dang, I wish your mom was my mom. You're much richer than I am, dude. I own a Honda Accord and a Dodge Charger and an F-250. Those are the planes that I got. Okay, departure briefing is performed. Status page, set the engine. Doors and windows are closed and latched. Oxide hydraulic pump 1 is on. Parking brake set. APU power is on. External power is off. Wheel chocks and ground power unit removed. Beacon light on. APU bleed is on. Engine ignition A. Smart cars. And this is my A-car system. It is running. Okay, push to start. And make sure we're on the right frequency here. That is the CTAF for here, right? CTAF KSDF. Yeah, 24.2. Louisville traffic, good afternoon. UPS 2072 starting up ramp 11. Okay, we're not gonna push today because we're just gonna taxi straight ahead, and we're gonna taxi up this way here. So we'll just go ahead and start in position, and we'll get ready to go. Okay, we got air. Let's go ahead and start engine number 3. Button in, light out. Okay, fuel on 3, fuel flow, EGT, oil pressure's coming up.
Louisville traffic, very good evening.
That's
UPS
cool, man.
327 heavy, 12-mile final runway 17 right.
I don't even know what to say to that. That's really cool. Okay, starting engine 1, button out, light on. Okay, oil pressure's on the rise, fuel on 1. Fuel flow, EGT. What's up, Nanny Ray? Welcome aboard. Okay, button in, light out. Good start on 1, starting 2. Button out, light on. Rotation on 2. Okay, fuel on 2. Fuel flow, EGT. Okay, button in, light out. Good starts on 1, 2, and 3. At the start checklist, engine anti-ice not required. APU bleed is off. APU is off, and the ground signal is obtained. Taxi checklist. Flaps set for takeoff. Flaps 15. Spoiler handle. Armed. Stab trim. I need 5.8 aircraft nose up. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that one. Tent in. I don't recall them ever really being smoother or jittery. They've always been okay to me. But here, why don't you watch me fly and you can tell me if you think they are or not. Step trim is set. Takeoff data. V1 142. Rotate 156. V2 164. On to PFD. Taxi takeoff departure briefing. There's no update. Transponder. TARA. Nose light. Alright. Status page config. Let's go ahead and do our flight controls check. Ailerons left. Ailerons right. Elevator up.
Louisville traffic, UPS 327 heavy, 5-mile final runway 17 right.
Alright, taxi clearance. UPS traffic. Correction. Louisville traffic. UPS 272 taxi to runway 17 right via Charlie. Cross 11. Correction, Bravo cross 11. Golf Bravo. Alright guys, just a picture of a plane. Just a picture of the plane. I don't know what you mean. Okay guys, I think we're ready to go. I'm gonna release the parking brake. Let's roll out. Clear left, clear right. Noticeable steering, left, right, brake. I am excited. I've been waiting for this for a long time. So there's some company traffic landing on 17 right now. It's a 747-400. Is that the Sparky that you're flying right now?
Yes, sir, it is.
Cool.
Yeah, it's still got some issues with pretty much everything autopilot related, but once you get the hang of it, it's very fun to fly.
That's cool. All right, so taxi checklist clearance is good. Nose for steering and brakes are checked. Taxi checklist complete. What's up, MD-11
And
flyer?
Louisville traffic, UPS 327 heavy, vacating 17 right, taxiing to the ramp.
Alright guys, so far so good. I'll give it a little more power on engine 2 to pick up the taxi speed a little bit here. Oh, well, I don't like the tapes. I don't. Okay, I think I can do it real quick, guys. Check this out. This is a little option, a little extra thing you get here with the update. Tape gauges. Don't act like you're not impressed. Come on, that's pretty cool. We get tape gauges now, guys. That's this option for you that you can toggle in the EFB. Thanks for reminding me to do that. I like round gauges myself, but you know, if you're a tape gauge kind of guy, you're covered. Another cool feature that they gave us here with this update. Okay, I'm gonna hit the strobe and taxi light, landing lights as we cross this runway. Yeah, I know KLM uses tape gauges. Nobody's perfect.
1-1.
Just kidding. I'm gonna get on the brakes here because we're gonna make a pretty sharp left turn. Okay, coming left. Yep, one of a kind, all right. Hey, I'm gonna be flying on KLM here in July.
Have a nice flight.
Hey, thanks a lot, you too. I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch right now, so I gotta put on a good show.
Oh, I might just stop by then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, yeah, there's a link to those in my my Advanced Sim Flight Plan. You can grab it there. Either one.
Perfect, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yes, I am going into Amsterdam because I'm heading into Split, Croatia, but I'm going to be having a layover in Amsterdam for just a little while because I'm going from LAX to Amsterdam, then Amsterdam to Split, and it's going to be KLM, I think, going. All right, before takeout checklist, status pages on engine, EAD is checked with the green box. Nav and profile are armed. And then auto flight, I need to take this off my checklist actually. Let me fix that. I moved it down here because I don't want to arm that until I'm on the runway. because sometimes if you kind of goose it too much when you're trying to, get moving from a stop, you might actually go into takeoff thrust. I tell you what, we'll do that in flight. I don't want to waste your time. All right, exterior lights are all on. Radar switch. Now, so this is the only real complaint I have with the current update. Now, according to the Rotate guys, they have implemented the weather directly from X-Plane, but we're picking up a lot of ground clutter here, and I don't really know why that is. We've mentioned it to them, but I think we may need to mention it again, so... Anyway, is what it is. It works fine in flight, but on the ground you do get this ground clutter. I will continue to advocate to get this fixed. Or what you can do is just do this. Put terrain on this side and put the weather on the other side. Then you have to look at it until you get in the air. Okay. Louisville traffic UPS 272 departing runway 17 right, spoiler 1 departure. Okay, let's go. Yeah, that's way too high to be tilting for takeoff. They shouldn't really need that.
Approaching 17 right.
Okay, radar is on. We are clear for takeoff. Clear on the right, clear on the left. TCAS is clear.
On runway 17 right.
All right, crew, let's do it. Running them up. Okay, auto flight is armed. All right, crew, let's do it. Set takeoff thrust. Thrust set. Clamp.
V1. Rotate.
How's it bring?
Gear up.
Stabilizer motion.
Okay, coming right. Oh, maybe too much of a correction there. Okay, lowering the nose. Okay, flaps retract. Slats retract. Okay, coming right. flies great. Alright guys, so I don't know if you noticed this, but my hands are off the yoke right now. I want to show you one of the cool little features of the MD-11 here, and it's called roll control wheel steering. So what I can do is I can put in a roll, like a roll attitude here, and as soon as I let off the yoke, it's going to hold that roll attitude, right? So also the LSAS will also hold your pitch attitude. So if I pitch down here, let's say 10 degrees, and I let off the yoke, the LSAS will try to maintain that pitch attitude. Watch, let me put in a roll in real quick. Look at this.
Stabilizer motion.
It's gonna hold that roll rate right there the whole time. Now if I put in another one to the right, look, it will keep that roll rate in there for you. Okay, get a little fast. I'm going to pitch up. Now look, LSAS is going to hold this pitch attitude. If I want to pitch down, and LSAS will hold that pitch attitude. Isn't that cool? Cool. All right, let's go autopilot on. Yeah. Alright, after takeoff checklist, landing gear up, lights out,
Stabilizer
spoiler
motion.
handle disarmed, out of brakes, off, flaps up, left takeoff selector, flaps 15, EAD, no alerts, exterior lights. Okay, holding for altimeter. So the hand flying manual flight on this thing is very much improved, guys. Okay, looking for 350 pitch. I'll switch back over to weather right now. All right, guys, we're flying. Looking good. Feels great, man. I was just showing off the control wheel steering and the pitch attitude holding features of the flight control system, flight control computers. Yeah, man, you better hurry up. I'm gonna be there in about 30 minutes. Well, let me see. Let's see, ORD, estimating 21:31, and it's so about 45 minutes I'll be there, ish. I will also say that the autopilot does a much better job maintaining speeds now. During descent, it does a much better job holding the speeds, and also it does a much better job leveling off. You know, as you're approaching 10,000 feet, it doesn't just blow through that anymore. It will level off and bleed down speed before it continues down. It struggled to do that before this update. Now it's doing a much better job with that. I would say that the profile mode is much improved. Alright, altimeter standard. Have to take off checklist complete. Yeah, I'll be going into the UPS ramp on the south end of the airport and heading back to Louisville. Yeah, the Mega one is actually definitely worth it now with the latest update that they had. Hey, Moriniov, hello, welcome aboard. I see you joining me from Twitch. Thank you for that. I've been trying to build up my my Twitch presence, so the more the merrier. I appreciate you being there. Okay, climbing through flight level 240 for 330. Oh! Hey, thanks, Rhapsody. Let me turn my webcam on. I'll give you a better tour. Okay. So, this is my setup here. I've got the Honeycomb Bravo here. I'm going to move my webcam around. Don't get seasick. It's a Honeycomb Bravo right here with Flight Sim Factory throttle kit. This is a PAP3 autopilot panel right here. And I'm having a custom profile so it works for MD-11. I've got a Honeycomb Alpha yoke keyboard. I have Velcro on it to keep it on top of here, and I can detach it when I don't have this on the desk. I've got a side stick over here, which I use as a noseable steering tiller when I'm not flying Airbus. Then I got a big ass monitor, so this is 4K, and then that's my other monitor over there to monitor you guys. Oh yeah, I got the Flight Factor 777. I just flew it last week, actually. I have that. I have the Flight Factor 757, 767, a Tolas A321. I have Zebo, all the level ups, and I do flight model adjustments for that. And then also have this aircraft. And I stream all of that stuff. Oh, I also have the SSG 747-800 and the Sparky, but I don't fly the Sparky for the reasons that you know, that Mr. Rhapsody mentioned to me. Yes, Froggy, the checklist is available. In fact, I'll go ahead and post it on my Discord server now. I was waiting for this to be released because I had made adjustments to it for this thing. Okay, flight level 300. Guys, also notice the Mach transition here is a lot smoother now. It doesn't blow through the Mach like it used to. It's going up because the wind is changing here, but it does a much better job with the IAS to Mach conversion than it used to. Let me get that checklist on my Discord server. One moment. I need to make one correction to it. Let's see. MD-11. C-list. Let me fix this right here. Okay. I'm going to post this on my Discord server right now. Give me a moment.
Altitude.
1,000 to go. Okay, leveling off. All right, crew, look good. Okay, I just posted the checklist that I'm using right now on my Flight Sim Files download channel on my Discord server. You can download it there. Alright guys, so we have 147 miles to top of descent at 2112. Let's see here. So about 20 minutes. Yes, absolutely. So Rhapsody, I have 3 different kits for this thing. I have the MD here. I have the MD-11 one, okay, and then I have this one right here. What's up, Astro? I got this one is a Airbus A320, or you can use it for any 2-engine Airbus, really. Okay, and then I don't really want to move the box because it's holding up my webcam. I have one for the 737, but it's designed to be used for any 2-engine Boeings. So it comes with 3 different gates for the spoilers and the flaps, and you can change those. It has the 737 throttles, but the handle's fine. I don't really care what the shape of that is, but it has different detents for each aircraft. So that kit is good for essentially any 2-engine Boeing, 787, 7576, 737s. It can do all of that. So, and that's why I like the honeycomb rubber, because it's so modular like that, and you can just change it and you go in and redo your mappings for each aircraft you want to have. Astro, I'm doing great, man. I'm just really excited to be able to show you guys this MD-11 tonight. I've been flying it for over a month as a beta tester, but I haven't been able to share it with anybody till today. So I just want to show you guys how awesome this thing is. Okay, I got an aircraft on TCAS here. We'll just check it out, see who that is, just for fun. It is a 777-300ER going from Nice to, wow, that's a long flight, Kansas City. What the heck? Holy crap. Imagine flying from Italy to go to Kansas City, Missouri. Let me tell you something, guys. I've been to Kansas City, Missouri. It sucks. Don't go there. Sorry if you're from Missouri. I can't stand that place. And I'll tell you why I can't stand it. I went to basic training at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. So that was a pretty traumatic experience for me as a 17-year-old kid. So yeah. Anytime I hear Missouri, I already hate it. Hey, you're welcome, Rhapsody. I'm glad I was able to sell you on it. Yeah, Missouri's horrible. Sorry to say. Oh, Nice is in France? Oh, crap, even worse. What was I thinking of? Imagine flying from France to go to Missouri. What is wrong with you? Okay, Astro, you're yeah, they did not update the sounds. I'm gonna go ahead and criticize Rotate on that one. Their sounds are not that great. So this is the Mango sound pack, the most current one. You're gonna want that. I just gotta be honest with you. If they updated the engine sounds, they didn't tell me, but I've been using the Mango sounds even during the beta. I just put them into their stuff. Well, I mean, Mango uses Fmod too. What specific Fmod are you using? Probably the one from whatchamacallit? that thing. FT Sim. Yeah, that's right. Our problem with the FT Sim sounds is that it got rid of all the interior sounds, so I had no more chip whiz or anything. FT Sim, yeah. There's that guy. I want to say something to him like, "What's your problem, bro? Why you go to Kansas City?" But it's not my business, right? Oh, that sounds like too much work, dude. Maybe you can show me how to do it some other time. I just haven't gotten around to it. This is some weird weather to be in. Do I use any add-ons? Can you elaborate on what add-ons you might be referring to? And I'll be happy to tell you if I do. Oh, visuals? Yeah, I have AEP. I use AEP, which is upgrades a lot of the default airports. That's it. Sim Heaven. I have Sim Heaven. I'm not really using anything else for terrain right now. And then I have the Nimbus O'Hare scenery, which is really good. I think they're better now. They used to be bad, but with this latest update, I think they're okay. I think they're okay. So you guys see how the turbulence is being modeled now in the latest X-Plane update? This is much better than it used to be. Remember all that crazy crap that was happening when you were flying through turbulence? It's just so much smoother now. In most cases, the mango sounds are pretty bad, but I think they're okay right now. For this aircraft, anyway. Alright, let me grab the CTAP frequency here for ORD. That's not it. Let's try this again. One 2075. Oh, 30 seconds maybe? A minute? You just pull these levers off. Here, hold on. So basically, you just pull these levers off, and you put the new ones on, and it just clip in whatever like plates that you need to go with it. So it takes seconds. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pause my sim real quick so I can show you. But basically, what I do is actually no. You can set up different profiles for each aircraft, right? because the buttons on the levers interact with the Bravo in different ways. So you need to map each throttle set to the plane you're flying, but you can have a profile for each one. So like when I load up a 737, it is already, it already knows to expect me to put those levers on there, so it just works. It's seamless. And then I want to give you something else here, Rhapsody. I've done some product reviews for these things. Let me give you the links to those. I'm gonna do it quickly because I need to fly this thing here pretty quick. So, let's see, my channel. So videos, Flight Sim Factory. Yeah, here I'm gonna give you a couple links here in the chat. I've done product reviews for each one of these things that I've purchased, so you can watch these videos and see how they work, and I'll show you how to install them and how to set them up. I think I got one right here for the Airbus one as well. So each one is a little bit different than the next one, so I'll show you how to install them and how to make them work for each airplane that you're going to fly them with. See, MD-11 one, and then the 737 one, which this particular 737 one is configured for a 777. These are 777 flap detents and speed brake detents, and I have different. It comes with different detents for a 737 and a 787 because they're different. You can even use this for a 747 if you can map 2 engines to 1 throttle, more or less. Works pretty good. Alright, let's go ahead and go over our approach checklist here. So let's review some landing data. We're going to be landing on runway 10 center. That's a 10,000 foot runway. Approach speed is going to be 163 at flaps 35. I'm going to use auto brakes minimum for a long roll out there. There's no rush to get stopped at this runway. Lots of length. Alright, arrival and approach briefing. Yes, big update to the flight model. Huge update. So much so that you don't need my files anymore. Like, just toss them out. No longer required. It flies so much better without any kind of intervention from me. Alright crew, let's go over the arrival. This is the VEEC-5 RNAV arrival. So there is no crossing restrictions at all here. We're gonna use profile descent. At Possum though, I'm gonna want to get down to a certain altitude. So let's see what that's gonna be. So transitioning over to the ILS 10 center approach. That route of fix, we want to be at about 4,000 feet. So I'm going to tell the FMC to cross Possum at 5,000 feet. And then we'll continue descending to 4,000 from there. So Possum, oh, all right, let's do this. I want Possum at 5,000. That's better for my vertical planning. So now that's going to recalculate our descent profile here. I think it feels heavy enough still. Oh, hey Rhapsody, I gotta tell you one thing, man. I had some really bad experiences with ProDesk Sim stuff. I bought some for their MD-11 about a year and a half ago, and it was absolute garbage, and I don't recommend that. And I honestly, I'm just kind of done with them after that. So they're the only ones making an actual legit 747 throttle kit. Buy it at your own risk. I'm not a fan of their stuff. But, you know, why don't you buy it and tell me how it is? Maybe it's better than what I think it is, but if their MD-11 throttle kit was any indication, it was not so great. So what I get is on Flight Sim Factory. Let me show you where that's at. So if you come over here to Etsy, so Etsy, Flight Sim Factory sells all their stuff on here. So just go to let's see, Flight Sim Factory. They sell all their gear on here, and this is where I've been buying all their stuff from. A340, A330, the 7X7. This would be good if you want like a 777 one. They have a lot of stuff here. Oh crap, look at this. Looks like they have a, whoa, did I miss this? Oh, they have a partial kit for the 747, but I think it's going to be missing. You're going to have to use your existing throttle, Bravo throttles, and you're going to miss your toga switch and your auto throttle disconnect switches on there. So I don't recommend this one. It's not complete, in my opinion. But yeah, you get it on Etsy. Okay, I'm going to reset our altitude to 5,000 feet. Hey, you're not taking up my time, man. That's why I'm on here, to show you guys stuff and to talk about things. So, like, I could fly this offline if I wanted to, if I didn't want to interact with anybody. So you're not taking up my time at all. My time is your time. YouTube is paying me pennies for you to watch this live stream. So let me provide you with some customer service. How's that? Hey, I don't fly Microsoft Flight Simulator. I have it. I don't like it. So I don't fly it right now. I'm a Snacks plane guy. So plenty of other streamers doing Microsoft Flight Sim stuff, but there's not a lot of us doing X-Plane stuff. So I kind of want to differentiate myself in the Flight Sim streamer community by just being an exclusive X-Plane streamer for now. They have enough of the planes that I like to fly that, you know, I'm entertained enough here as it is. I mean, they both have their pluses and minuses. I think the TFDI, I'll tell you the big thing that would make Rotate catch up to TFDI is an actual legitimate performance calculator in the EFB. We just don't have it. And the SimBrief profiles don't have good landing data. They have good takeoff data. The landing data always assumes max manual braking, which I don't like to do. So it's not really valid for landing performance. So I need Rotate to give us that. We have asked them for it, and it's on their bug tracker website as a feature request. If and when they get around to it, I don't know when that will be. But they know that we want it, and they know that we need it. And if they implement it, I don't see a whole lot of reason to switch over to TFDI at that point, because there's not much they can offer. Oh, I had Pratt & Whitney engines. That'd be nice. I think they know we want those too. Okay, vertical alert, heading down, crew. Oh, my favorite plane? It's a three-way tie between this, the Flight Vector 777, and the Level Up 737 series. I like all of them. I fly all of those all the time now. Right, I will say that Microsoft Flight Simulator and TFDI gives you a more visually appealing representation. But if you want a better flying plane, then you're going to stick with X-Plane. Alright crew, we are heading down. That's our vertical profile. Let's give the autopilot a chance to get that right back here. So this is where we're at, and this is where we should be. So we're a little bit high on the profile right now. Yep. Unfortunately, I think you're going to get that payware is going to be in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay, idle thrust. Well, listen, you're being very specific about one small area of the world. I will tell you that X-Plane 12 default airports absolutely annihilate Microsoft Flight Simulator. Microsoft Flight Simulator has the absolute worst default airports in the history of default airports, man. They're bad. And we don't really have that problem with X-Plane. So, you can keep the scenery, I'll take the better airport. Alright guys, we are getting really, really high on the profile here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some speed brakes here. So right, idle thrust, I'm going to add the speed brakes in to help increase our rate of descent here so we can get down a little bit faster. Oh, I didn't finish my approach briefing, by the way. Alright, so RVR is 1800, decision altitude 869 baro. We'll start this approach at Ruta. Final approach fix is at Ray 2300, 3-degree glide path down to the runway threshold. Landing altitude is 669. MSA is 3400. In the event of a missed approach, we're going to climb to 4,000 feet on heading 093 and inbound the Chicago Heights VOR radial 336 to Chicago Heights and hold. Okay. So windshield anti-ice is not required. Decision altitude 869 baro. Okay, that's set. Let me get you a weather update here for O'Hare. Okay, so we're at marginal VFR. Wind 060 at 15, gusting 24. Overcast at 2,300 feet. Oh, low ceilings. All right. Temperature 6, altimeter 3009. Okay, so we do have a little bit of a headwind, a little gust here. All right, so I'm going to add a couple extra knots to our approach speed here. As a gust additive. Alright, speed brakes, retract. It depends. If you only like to fly the 300ER, you can wait. I like to fly the F a lot, but the problem is to get the F or the 300ER, you're probably going to need to have the 200 first. I think that's the base package. So whether you get it now or wait, you're going to have to buy it either way. So my recommendation is just get it now. Because I don't think they're going to sell the 300ER as a standalone. We're still really high here. I'm going to add in some more speed brakes. I got to try to get this number down a bit. Nope, it just doesn't want to do it. All right. It'll work itself out. Alright crew, so this is another nice change to this thing. It does a much better job slowing the aircraft down before it blows through 10,000 feet. Before, this thing would just barrel right through 10,000 feet. You'd be doing 300 knots. See how it's leveling the aircraft off? The speed's coming down so we can meet our 245 knots thrust to cross 10,000 feet at the right airspeed. And you won't even need to put any spoilers or speed brakes in here. Just let it do its thing. Thanks, Rhapsody. It was nice to meet you. I'm glad we crossed paths at Louisville. I'll catch you later, man. Take care. Oh, I think I forgot to set my altimeters. Okay. 3009 is set. See how, look how it's doing, guys. Airspeed's coming down, altitude looking good. I had a lot of issues with the rotate not doing this before. I'd have to set the altitude to 10,000, let it level off and bleed off speed. It wouldn't really do it on its own. It's really not an issue anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the exterior lights. Approach checklist complete. I'll go ahead and dial in the Chicago CTAP as well. Hey, there's Chicago's down there. There's a few aircraft on the ground. Okay, cool. Look at that, guys. Airspeed's good. Now we're heading down below 10,000 feet. Hit it right on the head.
Stabilizer motion.
Okay, guys, look at that. Looking great on speed. We're staying below 250 and descending, and we're right on profile. The autopilot is killing it.
Stabilizer motion.
Pretty gnarly deck angle, huh? don't know. Well, remember, it's not just the 300ER. You're going to probably have to buy the whole thing. So, it's not going to be cheap. So you're going to have to buy the base package, which was however much it is, plus the add-on for the 300ER. So, I really don't know. I would go over to their Discord server and ask them and see what they say. See if they can give you some sort of pricing guide. Alright guys, looking good here. Let's go ahead and go flaps 15. I haven't even looked at it yet, dude. Is it good? You're pushing. I haven't even landed yet. Where you going?
Altitude.
All right. All right. Let's go direct to
Stabilizer motion.
direct to Ruta.
Stabilizer motion.
Okay, down to 4. Alright, I'm gonna use vertical speed, 1,000 feet down to 4. And I'm gonna arm approach. Chicago traffic, good evening, UPS 2072 in the ILS, 10 center approach. Screen refresh rate seems fine to me. Yeah, it seems fine. Okay, localizer capture. Okay, glide slope, gear down, flaps 28.
Stabilizer motion.
35. Landing checklist. Landing gear down 4 green. Spoiler handle is armed. Auto brakes minimum. Flaps 35 set. Altimeter's cross check. EAD. Screen box. Missile approach altitude is set. Missile approach heading is set. Chicago traffic UPS 2072 on a 8-mile funnel for 10 center. Alright guys, autopilot's coming off. I'll fly it in here.
Autopilot. Autopilot.
This is the Mango Sound Pack. Okay, a little bit off correcting here for the wind.
Stabilizer motion.
Yep, works fine. Drag and drop it in here.
Air traffic, Western Global 9021. We're taxiing out of the South Dakota ramp onto uniform. We'll be holding short of 10 center on Foxtrot.
Approaching 10 center.
Approaching minimum 300. Minimum
Continue.
200. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Ooh, that's a little firm. Correcting center line here.
Reverse available. Spoilers deployed.
Nah, that wasn't my best landing
Air
here.
traffic, American 10 to be taxiing by
80 knots.
Alpha 10, November Zulu to runway 10 left for departure. Air traffic.
A little stuttery here.
4,000 feet remaining.
Yeah, definitely a bit stuttery here. That's not normal for me.
Air traffic, Western Global 9021 is crossing runway 28 center at Foxtrot. We're going to be taxiing down Papa, holding short Zulu at runway 10 center. Nice landing, Shane.
That wasn't the best. little stuttery here.
MD-11, what do you expect?
No. Alright, after land checklist. Oh, hey, check this out, guys. When you disarm the
Did they
spoilers,
update that
look,
thing again?
boom. When you disarm the spoilers, it retracts them. Sorry, wrong button.
X-Plane 1, it's a good update.
Alright.
Got the X-Plane MD-80, I'm taxiing to Zulu.
Okay, stab trim's coming down. Radar switch off. That was not my best work there, guys. This is really stuttery. That's my excuse. I'm gonna use that as my excuse. Yeah, that's on my end. That's not due to the update. I love the latest update for X-Plane. It was worth it. It fixes all the high altitude weather nonsense that was going on with this thing. This stuttering is due to something that I got going on with my computer. It's not the update. Yeah, that's I installed AEP and I think it's making things worse on the ground than it used to be. Alright, after landing checklist complete, parking checklist. Responder standby, fuel switches. Alright, defog, leave that on, leave that on. Beacon light off. My FPS is garbage right now. And it shouldn't be. I'm getting pretty decent FPS. I'm not quite sure why it's so stuttery. Alright guys, one flight's in the books. So what we'll do now is we'll quick turn the aircraft and head back to Louisville and we'll call it a night. Yeah, these FPS aren't bad. I don't know why it seems so stuttery. It's very stuttery on the rollout. That's not typically... I think it's AEP. I wonder if I can get rid of some of these moving vehicles. Would that help? Graphics. No, that ain't it. Tell you what, let's do this. Let's turn all this stuff down a little bit. That might help. Because we're streaming. I don't even know what that landing rate was. That was not my best work there. Yeah, 419 is not so great. Well, let's do a second flight first and we'll see how that goes, huh? Uh-oh. 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 Oops. I don't think it liked what I did. So, tell you what. That's okay. I don't think it liked me doing that stuff. Hold on, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I had somebody knocking on my front door. I don't know who that was. Some stranger. We'll restart X-Plane 12. Give me a second here. We got the flight done anyway, so I just think I had a little too much going on there. And I didn't like it when I was trying to reload that scenery. So let's make sure these settings are the way I want them. Yep. Let's do that. And then we'll do a new flight from O'Hare, and we'll fly it back to Louisville. I can set the aircraft up very quickly. I parked there. And while that loads up, let's go ahead and plan the next flight back. Okay, MD-11. Should be one at ORD, right? Yep, right there. We'll take this one back to Louisville. 2257.
Please check your quarantine scripts folder.
Okay, thanks, I'll do that. So I am still learning how to fly this plane again. The flight model did change, so it doesn't quite flare the same way as mine used to do. So I have some old habits that I'm trying to fix. So that last landing was a little bit on the rough side. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing fired back up, and we'll get on the road here pretty quick. Oh.
Stabilizer. Brakes.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and run a new flight plan here. And I'll show you once again how the SimBrief integration works. UPS 2257 from KORD to KSDF. MD-11. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Dang it, I keep missing it. Oh, I could land much better than that. I'm not giving you my best work here. Okay, we'll land on 17 right. And I want to depart on runway 10 left. Okay, let's go ahead and generate this flight. Let me go ahead and file my flight plan. Okay, that's done. We'll log back in. I'll give you a better landing at Louisville. Promise. 2257. Hold on, let me catch up with the text real quick. Okay. 7253. 7253. All right, let's go ahead and run through all the cool features again. So we'll align the IRS, then AOC COM, KORDKSDF, drop that in there. Okay, review the route. So 10 left, Kamensky, Sybil, J Money, 17 right. Insert. Okay, let's check the flight plan. And let's put in the ILS 17 right. From Seawain. Insert. Okay, flight plan looks good. Then back over to AOC COM. Let's do the wind data. Okay, winds are in. Insert the wind. Now we're gonna do performance data. Okay, flight level 300. Block fuel looks good. Insert. Now we'll do weight and balance. So here's the flight plan updated. Okay, so 39.6. Weight, woo, it's heavy. 188, 100, 39.6, taxi fuel 1000. And the trip fuel is going to be 16,065. Apply to aircraft, apply to FMS. And that checks. Okay, now we'll do takeoff request. So let's try this. I don't know if that's maybe the intersection. Let's try 10 left at Delta Delta. Let's see what that does. Oh, it took it. Ah, that's cool. Okay, 10 left. Flex 59. Flaps 15. Cool. I'll insert that. All right, so let's review the FMC. Our alternate is KCVG. Cruise level is good. Cost index is good. That's good. That's good. Flight plan's good. And the takeoff data is good. Good. Flight plan here. Takeoff data there. Alright guys, FMC set. Pretty cool, huh? How that works? Yeah, it did do that. DD is Delta Delta. It's a intersection on the runway. So if we look here, we're taking off from 10 left at Delta Delta intersection right here. It's not full length. It's about 10,000 feet of runway. Okay, fuel quantity check. Flap takeoff selector. IFR clearance is good. Transponder code is in. Radios are going to be set here. 12075. 0.28. Guard. That's good. Heading is going to be 091. Oh, I need to turn on my my wind wing. Okay, runway heading 091. Altitude 300. Speed 250 is good. Altimeter is 3009. Dang, we're so fast now with the SimBrief integration that we're setting up the aircraft faster than the the IRSs can align. Okay, auto brakes, RTO, APU. Start. Alright, departure briefing. Alright, crew, we're over here at the UPS ramp. We're gonna push back here. Taxi down, uniform, kilo, oh, actually, down to Foxtrot, cross Foxtrot, make a left turn at Papa, right turn Delta, and depart from 10 left at Delta. There is no departure, so after departure, we're going to go direct to Kametsky, and then back to Louisville. Short flight. This will be shorter than the one we used to get in there. Yep, a lot of that stuff has been fixed. It's working really good. Okay, before start checklist, status page, doors and windows. Closed. Oxide hydraulic pump 1 on parking brake is set. APU power on. External power is off. Wheel chocks. Ground power unit. Beacon light. APU bleed. Engine ignition B. See you, Astro. Take care, man. Nice to have you here, man. Alright. So, I think we are aligned. There we go. Yep, FMC, the IRSs are aligned. Let's push.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up. Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Yeah, I had turbulence coming in too, so that makes sense. Yeah, it changes your flow, doesn't it? Yeah, that was him, man.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
Right there.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Alright, crew, let's do it. Brakes released.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Starting 3. Button in, button out, light on. Rotation on 3. Fuel on 3. Button in, light out. Starting 1. Light on. Rotation on 1. Oil pressure's coming up. Fuel on 1. Okay, starting 2. Fuel on 2. Yeah, it's way too fast. It's way too fast, but that's kind of a constraint with X-Plane and the way that their engine start stuff is. They would have to write a lot of custom code to make this correct, and I just don't think they want to do that right now. It can be edited to a point, but to make it actually absolutely perfectly right, it's going to require a lot of code intervention. And I did talk to the Rotate guy, and he said he's aware, but that's a problem for another day, because that would be a major undertaking to do. So I'll deal with it for now. If that's the worst thing that I gotta deal with, I'll live with it.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Clear traffic, giant, 1156.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Base for runway 10 center. Oh, here.
Okay, flaps set for takeoff. Flaps 15. Snap trim. 6.0. That's set. Spoiler handle. Takeoff data. V1 144, rotate 157, V2 165. Taxi takeoff. Departure brief, no update. Transponder. Nose light. Alright, let's do flight controls check.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
See ya. Alright guys, let's go ahead and taxi. Okay, noticeable steering, brakes, taxi checklist complete. We'll start calling our taxi instructions once we get when we get closer to the runways here.
Oh, air traffic, giant 457 heavy is about 18 nautical miles out, turning base for runway 10 center. Oh, here.
Okay, we'll probably hold short for him. Unless I can get across before he gets there, we'll see. Alright, crew, we're gonna hold short of 10th Center at Foxtrot. Oh, we can cross here. Oh, here, traffic. UPS 2057 crossing 10th Center at Foxtrot. We'll be clear for the traffic that's inbound.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. Alright, let's go.
Approaching 28 Center.
Hey, hey, Julia, Sierra, I need that mod again because I lost it when I switched over to this beta build. I overwrote it, so I'm gonna need that again. If you can help me find it, I'd like to post it on my Discord server. The white line mod. I know which one you're talking about. I used to have it and I misplaced it. Or traffic, UPS 2057 is clear of 10 Center at Foxtrot.
Much love.
Okay, before takeoff checklist status page is move that over to engine. EAD, green box. Now
UPS, you a real one for real, man.
real one, man. Heading select.
O'Hare traffic, Giant 457 Heavy's on about a 5-mile final for runway 10 center. O'Hare.
Thank you. Okay, and we're looking for Delta Delta, which should be over there. Now, let's see if we can pick up this taxi speed just a little bit here. Hey guys, Sierra's mom is my co-pilot, and I mean that in the nicest way. That's the actual truth.
O'Hare traffic, Giant 457 Heavy short final for runway 10 center. O'Hare.
Who are these giant guys? Who are these guys?
Ohio traffic, United 4128, departing 9 center from the Foxtrot to Foxer intersection to the north. O'Hare.
Yeah, you can see he's got a little bit of crab in here because of the crosswind. Ooh, that descent rate looks a little rough there. Let's see. I don't think that was any better than mine, honestly.
I have a guy yelling in my ear because he's right behind me. O'Hare traffic, Giant 1156, short final, runway 10 center.
Wait, this is pop-up. That's not what I want. Wrong intersection. Wait. No, wait. Is this... Oh, crap. Crap. Alright, hold on. I can fix this. I fixed it. Just pretend it didn't happen, okay? Just pretend that never happened. Order traffic, UPS 2257 departing runway 10 left at Delta Delta. Okay, lights. Radar. Take off.
O'Hare traffic,
Approaching.
Giant 12,
10
Giant
left.
457 Heavy
Clear
is
left.
vacated onto Papa,
Clear right.
and we'll be taxiing Foxtrot uniform to the ramp for O'Hare traffic.
Razzle dazzle. My favorite guy.
On runway 10 left.
Alright guys, let's do it. Auto flight armed. Alright, set takeoff thrust. Thrust set.
O'Hare traffic, United 4128 at 5000, departing to the north. Final call O'Hare.
Clamp.
O'Hare traffic, Giant 1156 vacated, runway 10 center at Papa 3.
V1. Rotate.
O'Hare traffic, United 1779 departing runway 9 center, straight out O'Hare.
Alright, traffic, UPS 2257 clear, 10 left.
Nice takeoff.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too.
Stabilizer motion.
Alright, let's go heading 190. Okay, 250 pitch. Flaps retract. Okay, slats retract.
O'Hare traffic, Giant 1156 cross and 10 center at Foxtrot.
Alright, let me get direct to Kamitsky
Stabilizer motion.
and back over to Nav.
O'Hare traffic, Giant 1156 heavy, clear of 10 center at Foxtrot.
Gosh, things flying so good right now. Look at this control wheel steering, guys. I'm barely putting any effort into this. Look at it's holding the pitch. I can take my hands off of this thing and it's gonna hold the pitch. So I'm gonna add a little bit of nose up here, center it, and now ASUS will trim the aircraft to maintain that. Look at that. If that's too much, I can push the nose down. Center the yoke, and it will hold that pitch. Pretty cool, huh? I barely have to do anything to fly this thing anymore. It flies itself. Even with the auto, this is the autopilot's off, guys. Look at this. Okay, autopilot on. Hey, Mo Charlie, it's $0 payware. It's the freeware one, but it's really good. Alright, after takeoff checklist, landing gears up, lights out, spoiler handle is disarmed,
Stabilizer motion.
auto brakes off, flaps up, flap takeoff selector, flaps 15, EAD, no alerts, exterior lights off, holding for altimeters. It's really nice with the MD-11 because you can actually take your hands off the wheel for a second and it's going to hold the same roll and pitch attitude that you left it at, no matter what. So if you need to like take your hands off to go, like say you got it pointing in the right direction, right? And then you go down and I need to do a direct or something, I can come back and the aircraft will maintain the same pitch attitude. I'll give you an example. Here, I'm going to turn the autopilot off.
Autopilot.
So let's say I need to go put in a 10-degree bank, right? And I need to add some pitch, right? I can go look down real quick and do something. When I come back, the aircraft's going to maintain that. So if I come back around and I want to roll the other way, it's going to hold that roll rate. And if I want to push the nose down a little bit,
Okay, traffic American 563, 10 mile final 107.
it's going to hold that pitch attitude right there. Isn't that cool? So it's very easy to fly this plane. Alright, I'll let the autopilot take over. Alright, we can switch off of that. Oh, it works really good. Hey, Mo Charlie, it works very good in X-Plane 12. There's no issues with it. It looks great. Going to a cloud layer here. No problem. Do you need a link to it or do you know where to get it? Yeah, I'm on live time. Zulu time. Oh. You know what? You're right, I'm not. Hey, would it mess up the sim if I... You're right, I'm not using it. I am not on live time. Would it mess up the sim if I change the time now? I better not mess with it. I don't want to drop anything. Okay, altimeter standard. Yeah, you're right. I am not using the correct time right now. That I can guarantee you. What would happen if I change it? Would it mess it up? Ah, crap. At the risk of messing this up, all right, let's see what happens here. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Yeah, I messed it up. Ah, come on, please don't crash. Come on. Oh, come on. No, 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 no. Oh, did I just crash myself? No, I'm good. Woo! We're good, we're good, we're good. All right, all better. Okay, we're all better. So thank you for pointing that out to me, guys. I didn't realize. Yeah, I had this thing set to something incorrect. I was messing with some, when I made the video for the FMC, I put on a lighter time of day. Yeah, the winds aloft are completely fixed now. It's not an issue anymore. Okay. Terrain mode. Zoom out.
Altitude.
All right, crew, leveling off flight level 300. Got a fair amount of turbulence here, so we're just gonna have to ride it out. Top of descent is... we're still climbing, actually. Hold on. $97 miles top of descent. Yeah, that's the one thing I had an issue with it myself here when I if your flight plan doesn't have if your flight plan didn't have the right runway to start, you can't really change it. It won't let you upload that data. So just make sure you get the right runway to start. And if you have to change it on the fly, you'll just have to put the takeoff data in manually, which is not a big issue. You are, but it won't let you upload anything other than the one that's in the flight plan. It does show them, but when you go to click something other than what the flight plan had, it's going to say AOC flight plan not, or AOC runway not in flight plan, and it won't give you the option to accept, only reject. So it'll show them, but it won't let you upload the data for all four. It doesn't fix it. You can, yeah. I mean, you can do it manually, but if you want the uplink, it has to be the one that was in the flight plan, or it won't let you accept the data. Not a big deal. Yeah, I've been practicing a lot on this, so I've flown it a few times. Okay, wind is down the runway, altimeter 3006, landing 17 left and right. I always set the altitude to 6,000 feet. Okay, cool. All right, crew, ready for descent. All right, crew, heading down. Oh. So the callouts are a Lewis script, right? You put them here. So you need to have fly with Lua, right? Well, hold on. Speed brakes. Oh, spoilers, sorry. I don't do speed brakes on this jet. So fly with Lua. Then it goes into the scripts, and you'll see MD11 callouts folder here, and MD11 callouts right there. Alright, spoilers check. You're welcome. Well, it always did it automatically. It always did that automatically. It just didn't do it very well. I've never had an issue with the swapping over. Just the way it did it, it was kind of abrupt. Oh, it didn't? Oh, here? Oh. I never paid attention. I guess you're right. One of my favorite things is that the when you disarm the speed brakes, it retracts the speed brake handle, or spoiler handle. I love that. Alright, altimeter's 3005, I think, right? Let me check.
Altimeter setting.
3006 is set. Okay, new speed 280. Add drag, spoilers. You'll have to wait and see. I feel like it does a much better job flying the profile though, and speed constraints too. Alright, let's see how the aircraft does meeting this 10,000 foot speed. Ain't looking too good. I think this arrival just has a lot of fast altitude drops in it. Oh, there it goes. Okay. It's trying, man. It's trying. Look at this. It's pitching up to bleed the speed off here. CDU, it's probably going to be altitude error. Yep. They can only do so much here. And I said altitude errors. I always get altitude errors coming into Louisville. It's not the end of the world. It's just letting you know that it's going to miss a constraint a little bit. But it's not a real constraint, because if you look at the arrival, you have a window, right? You have a window here. And the way that the nav data is interpreted by the Rotate software, it just picks a thing in the middle. It doesn't really like to do a at or above or at or below. It does it right down the middle. But you have a margin here, plus or minus, and it doesn't really, like a Boeing will do your at or above. This FMC just doesn't do that. So it's thinking that you have to cross at 8, but you go between 7 and 9, so it's not really an altitude error per se. So just acknowledge it and press on. This one doesn't, so I wish it did. Well, we could try it. Look. Maybe it'll let us do more than one. At or above. Let's try this. Then if I put one in here, so you can't have both. It's one or the other. I hope he does. Alright, I'm gonna speed intervene here. Let's do 230 knots for now. Okay, lights. Push checklist complete. Alright, I'm gonna fly this one with the auto throttle off. Yeah, it's pretty remarkable what he's done by himself. I don't even know how he did it.
Stabilizer motion.
Okay, altitude down to 5. Okay, arm approach. Alright, let's go FMS speed. I'm gonna go ahead and go flaps 15. Louisville traffic, good evening. UPS 2257 on the ILS 17 right approach. Okay, I'm going to set the altitude down to 4, and I'm going to go ahead and start putting in a localized capture, 1,000 feet per minute, so we catch the glide slope. Alright, 1,500 feet a minute. I think we're going to miss the glide slope here. Profile 25. Or, sorry, vertical speed 25. Alright, there we go. Level off at 4. What's up, Sim Pilot? Glide slope, get down, flaps 28. Thank you. I hope I have one better than the one I had in Chicago. Okay. Let's go flaps 25. Landing checklist. Landing gears down. 4 green. Spoiler handles arm. Auto brakes. Minimum. Flaps 35. Altimeters cross check. EAD is green boxed. Let's switch altitude set. Louisville traffic, UPS 2257 on final, 17 right. on throttle.
Approaching 17 right.
Approaching minimum 300.
Continue. Floater. Floater. Floater.
Reverse available. Spoilers deployed.
Yeah, that was a bit of a floater there. Manual brake.
2,000 feet remaining.
Listen, I paid for all the runway, I'm gonna use it. Call the cops on me. Alright, spoiler handle. Flaps. Okay, stab trim. Tell you what, let's get the APU. Stab trim. Yeah. Either I float it or I slam it. I can't seem to get it right down the middle yet. I'll get it there. I just gotta use how it flies now. It's much different than it was before. Let's see. Okay, after landing checklist complete. Cool airport. Alright guys, there you go. There's your Rotate MD-11. We'll be flying this thing quite a bit more in the coming days, but yeah, hope you enjoyed the update and hope you got to see some new features and stuff, and you're able to go grab it yourself. Landed with 163 feet per minute on that one, but way down the runway, so I would call that not ideal. Preferably you want to land in the touchdown zone, and I'll tell you we were not in the touchdown zone, but I was able to judge that we had enough runway to make it down, so you know, I continued the landing. Anyway guys, I'm gonna take a break. I may fly a little bit later tonight, not sure, see how I feel, or maybe definitely tomorrow and Sunday though, so I will catch you guys then. Bye bye. Thanks, Sarah.